Dear students, hope you are doing good. Today we are entered into the last unit, that is sixth unit. So far we have finished the 5 units of E1 curriculum, where we have seen various concepts related to water supply, right from the importance to treatment. Hope you got handful of knowledge on various concepts, exclusively about population forecasting, mass curve methods, design of sedimentation tanks, intakes, design periods, and various concepts that are related to water supply engineering. Of course, in the name of E1, you learn all these things. Now we are here at the last stage. In the first unit, we have seen the importance and certain basic concepts, what you must know, like population forecasting, water demand, design periods, all we learned and we discussed. The second unit, we discussed about sources of groundwater, surface water, intakes, joints, pipes, and on, so on, other associated topics. In the third unit, we have seen the guidelines, IS standards, WHO standards, characteristics of water. The fourth unit, we discussed about the treatment, sedimentation, coagulation, filtration, we discussed, along with the problems on design of sedimentation tanks. After that, we entered into the stage theories of disinfection, like using chlorine, boiling water, and along those disinfectant methods, we also learned how to remove of iron, manganese, how to add fluorine, fluoride concentration, how to remove the excessive fluoride concentration, concepts of ion exchange, reverse osmosis, adsorption, ultrafiltration, all we learned. Now the water is in pure condition. Now we reach to the stage where the water is ready to supply, where the water is ready to supply for public. There, what we are going to learn exactly? There we are going to learn the topics like methods of distribution system. Let us see first of all what is the title, and then we'll discuss one after one about the topics that are in the sixth unit. Here, distribution of water. We entered into the sixth unit, that is distribution of water. Up to 5 minutes, we discuss and we brought the water into the stage from where we can supply the water to the public. The first and foremost topic is here, methods of water supply. In the distribution system, what are the methods? There are two methods. One is continuous water supply, and followed by intermediate system of water supply. See here, continuous water supply. By hearing those names, I think you got some conclusion what is continuous and what is intermediate. So continuous water supply. See, this is the best system where the water is available 24 hours of a day. And the next one is this system can be adaptable only when the adequate water is available. And one more thing is, in this method, the water is supplied to meet all the types of requirements or else all the types of water demand, like public water demand, domestic water demand, and all purposes, festivals, during the festival days and during holidays, the excess loads can be easily fulfilled in this water supply system. The first one is it is available, as this system is, in this system water will be supplied 24 hours of a day, and it is adaptable only when the water is adequately available, adequate amount of water is available, then only we can adapt this particular technology. In this method, all types of water demand will be fulfilled. See, coming to the intermediate system, when in the first case, the system, it is adaptable only when the water is available or as adequate water is available. Obviously, when come to the intermediate system, this system will be adaptable only whenever the plenty of water is not available, and the water will be supplied by dividing the zones and fixing hours for every zone to meet the requirements of water for the public. Here, first thing is, whenever the adequate water is not available, this method will be adapted. Entire area will be divided into zones, and each zone at fixed timings, the water will be supplied. This is what you and me are observing nowadays in almost all metropolitans. There is an fused water scarcity. That's why at one particular town, one on so and so dates, water is available, or else on so and so timings, water is available. Likewise, as the water is being supplied at intermediate, at intervals, it is called as intermediate system, and it is not at all recommended for a long time. Why? And what are the drawbacks in this intermediate system? Because the consumer has to store more water for non-supply hours, due to which we may observe the wastage of water, and even the contamination of water can be observed. If any accident occurs during non-supply hours, we may be observed huge property damage. See, one more thing, one more time. You see, one more point is, more number of valves has to be fixed to control the flow and to regulate the supply of water. And here need large amount of, large diameter pipelines to supply the water within a short period of time. See, if it is an inconvenient process to the consumers when they are informed to collect the water during the late and early hours. Even though it has its own drawbacks, in most of the cities, there is no way the system is being implemented from the years. Almost all the localities of a city with required pressure being implemented, almost all the localities of the city, this system only is implementing. And one more advantage is here, it is convenient for doing repair works during non-supply hours. See here, we'll discuss one more time. Distribution of water. We are just distributing water. What we are distributing? Not something else. We are distributing water. In all the 5 units, we discuss, and we came to the stage where the water is in good conditions. Once water reached to good condition, what we should do? we must distribute the water. And how can we distribute? There are two ways: continuous water supply, another one is intermediate system. In the continuous system, when we can adopt, when the water is available at required quantities, we can go for continuous system, continuous water supply system. And this method, whenever we adopted this method, we must look after certain issues. Their supply of water to meet all the requirements of public, for domestic needs, for public needs, for fire need. We have seen various types of requirements: commercial demand, domestic demand, public demand, fire demand, miscellaneous water supply, miscellaneous quantity of water to be allocated. We have seen all the types of requirements, and all the factors has to be look after whenever we are supplying water continuously. See here, intermediate system. In the intermediate system, when we can follow this, when the water is not available, or else when the resource is limited, we'll go for this intermediate system. How we can go for this intermediate system? By dividing the entire area into different zones and by allocating different time schedules to supply water, we will adopt this intermediate system. See here, in actual scenario, we may not recommend this intermediate system continuously. Why? Because there are certain, of course, there are advantages and there are few drawbacks also. See, first and foremost advantage we can say, whenever any repair works done happen, this is a very convenient system to supply and to repair the pumps as during non-supply hours. And the pressure situation is when the water, as part of dividing the locality into different zones, as we need to allocate different time schedules, we may not supply the water for everyone during certain prefixed timings. I mean, certain available timings, or certain available and accessible timings, like early morning 7 o'clock or something like that. But if water is, if the schedule is allocated early in the morning and late hours, it leads to inconvenience to the public. In early morning, in the sense, I mean, after 6 to 8, that certain timings are convenient to collect the water. Whereas morning, because of the situation, if the schedule is allocated in a convert positions, people will get inconvenienced and difficult to collect the water. This is the one of the drawback. And one more thing is, as the water is supplying intermediately, I mean, as a batch wise or else at a pre-schedules, and the human tendency, they used to store more amount than they required. If they are not used that water, as they are collecting huge, I mean, extra water, if they are not using, in the next day, we may observe the wastage of water. Even if they store the water, if the particular people are not maintaining certain storage precautions, even the water will get contaminated, and which leads to unfit for consumption or as unfit for various requirements. These two are the things which we need to focus in this intermediate system. And here, the other point is, one more point, drawback in the sense it is more number of valves has to be fixed, as it is an intermediate system. To control the flow, to regulate the flow, to divert the flow, we need to fix more number of valves because the supply is at different timings at different locations. We need to keep the valves to control the flow and to stop the flow and to divert the flow. This is one of the things which we need to focus. And even the pipelines that are selected, the selected pipelines has to be high diameter as the water has to be supplied within a short period of time. That is also thing we need to look after. Even though it has certain issues, but this is the best, and most of the cities are following the time schedule to overcome the burden of water scarcities. And repair works it is the feasible and it is convenient method for repair works, which we can repair during non-supply hours. Hope you understood what is intermediate and what is continuous water supply. These two are the methods of water supply. Next is layouts of distribution system. In the previous case, how the water will be distributed, we have seen. And coming to the next topic, layouts of distribution system. There are four major considering distribution systems: dead-end system, grid system, circular distribution system, radial system. In the previous case, we have seen how and the method of water supply. Now, the layouts of water supply system, dead-end system, grid system, circular system, radial system. These four are the different layouts for the distributions and layouts of distribution system. First one is dead-end system. It is suitable for towns or cities which are irregularly developed. In this case, one large pipe or else one main pipe will be fixed along the main road. From that particular main line, the service pipes will be taken, or else to that main pipeline, the service pipes will be connected. From that service reservoirs or from the service pipes, based on the requirements, submains will be connected and will be given to the individual houses. See, have a look here. This is a main line. This is the main line. And to this main line, various service lines are connected. To this again, submains, sublines, and they will be given to the houses, connected to the, or will be given to the individual houses. Okay, dead ends. We'll discuss tomorrow about this particular layout more elaborately about this dead end system. Today, we have seen the distribution system, types of distribution system, intermediate and continuous. Tomorrow, we'll discuss about these layouts. If you have any doubts, please contact me. The domain, either message, phone, or mail. Here, try to listen with more concentration about these layouts of distribution system. Definitely, this knowledge is, of course, from the beginning to end. This water supply is, knowledge on this water supply is very much essential as in a civil engineer. And more particularly, You must concentrate on these layouts, how the water will be distributed. We will discuss more elaborately in the following sessions about these layouts. Thank you. We'll meet in the next session.